we had a question last week, the best place to put the nozzles. And we got some, like we had Dan from SPA, and their main line of business is fire suppression systems, and they're pretty big and they're really good at it. Anyway, I posed that question to him, and he has some interesting answers. He said, first, in the driver's compartment in the cabin, you always want to have the nozzles lower than the driver's chest. Okay, lower than the driver's chest, and sometimes on the floor. Don't want it up any higher, because if it could get in the driver's face and eyes, he couldn't see. So you want to keep it low because the fire is going to be low. Also, in the engine compartment, depending on what kind of engine you've got, he said, typically the fire is either going to be on exhaust or the fuel. So a lot of people, if they've got a V8, they'll have two nozzles that point right down either side of the engine. And then we talked about, I mentioned the back, putting one by the fuel cell, and he said they really don't look at putting a nozzle at the fuel cell, because the fuel cells are made to take impact and not burst and not leak and not catch on fire. So, you could put one back there, but his main concern was the driver, keeping it low, lower than the driver's chest, and the engine compartment, wherever any point of ignition could be. And I think the most interesting thing, though, he was talking about, they're working on a new fire suppressant specifically for lithium batteries. He told me some stuff I didn't know. He said that the lithium battery, when the lithium battery catches on fire, that they're extremely hard to put out. It's almost like magnesium. It burns super hot, and it's just, you really can't hardly put it out. So he said they're working on something they're focusing on batteries, because with like the Teslas and hybrid cars with all these batteries, if they catch on fire, it's like really bad news. I guess the fire departments are told, if you've got a Tesla battery fire, you pour at least 30,000 gallons of water onto it to try to cool it down. Tesla says that the batteries, if they catch fire, can burn for up to 24 hours, and they can also reignite, which is something he said that they've seen instances where they've got a battery fire out, and they take it off to the salvage yard, and a few hours later, poof, the thing pumps back on top of fire again. So that was kind of interesting. So if you have a lithium battery, just be aware that if it catches on fire, you're not going to put it out, no matter what. But anyway, that's my little tips we got from Dan from SPA Fire Systems.